Hi, Nonprofit Tarot family. Welcome back to the channel. This is your 2025 annual prediction for Earth. For humanity. So these are messages that I get either intuitively, I've dreamt, or I might get them when they're coming through the cards while I'm shuffling, just shuffling the cards, get them back in order. Some of the things that I got just now while I was preparing for the reading, awakening. I feel like we're all going to be going through some sort of metamorphosis, some time of a shedding of old, awakening to the new, that is going to move us in a more positive direction. However, it won't be without some bumps along the road. I heard a tough pill to swallow when I was channeling. Now, let me just preface this, just for legal reasons. This is all allegedly for entertainment purposes only, and I got that from Lottie Lux. Thank you very much if you're watching. She is a aura reader, and she always says that, and I think it's really cute. So, anyway, it was a release, and then there was a renew, which is, kind of going through the flames, and I will talk about the California wildfires in a minute, but going through the flames and coming out, kind of, what do they call that, baptism by fire. And I think that can be related back to that tough pill to swallow. Also, regarding again, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, use your discretion, viewer discretion is advised, and you always make your own decision when watching any type of spiritual, tarot, whatever content. You are responsible for your own thoughts and decisions. Now, the California wildflowers, it's funny that I said that. I think that what I interpreted the messages is that these wildfires had help. And I'm not talking about the guy that was caught. This came to me before this gentleman became involved. These messages started coming to me as early as late October to early November. I didn't write dates by all of them, but I can tell you some of the dates. Like, for instance, what I said about, I didn't say this yet, so I'll tell you in a second. So I did foresee that Vice President Harris would not be successful in the election. And I did take a lot of heat for that from some people in my personal life, just for even mentioning that, and so, but that's what I got from the message. I did not vote for the current administration, but I did get that she would not win that election. I got that there's going to be there has been some kind of effort to, I want to say, clear this land regarding California, the Palisades area, Malibu, whatever. I don't know what that means or why. I can definitely say that on the 13th, 12th or 13th of January, I had a dream, and I woke up, and it was like a dream within a dream, and I heard someone frantically yelling, "It's in the air, it's in the air." I've been getting this urge, this message, this feeling that we need to, maybe have a couple of masks handy just in case, they become beneficial. Because I'm not trying to instill any kind of fear or anything in anyone, but masking and universal precautions. If you know what that is, it's really a medical term about gloves and eye protection and masks and things like that. Just make sure you have something handy. And I feel like that was, this whole, it's in the air, and the whole masking thing that I saw recently something about the tuberculosis in Kansas and a bird flu somewhere else, and also the limitation of the CDC. It could impact the limitations placed upon the CDC. I feel like that goes back to that, with some warnings that may be delayed. You may not get information. So just make sure you have some of those things available just in case. This is not about panicking. This is just about, or panicking people or scaring people. It's just about me sharing with you. Heavy sexual energy. Like, there's this emphasis for some reason about intimacy. I'm not sure what it's about. I know that last year I saw more about, I'm not, is it 3B movement about abstinence or women not being interested in relations? And this is more, I don't know if this is going to be a pushback from that. I'm not sure. It's just got heavy sexual and intimacy, and not with necessarily within committed relationships per se. So if you guys know anything about any movement or anything like that about increased physical intimacy or any kind of pressure or anything like that, I don't know. And I continuously get a message of we've got to stick together, and that goes across again races, continents. I'm always very touched when I see other countries, cheering for us and supporting us. It warms my heart. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, and all of this, this is all this us. It's kind of like a us against them, but not in a bad way. This us against them that I'm getting is more about us in terms of anybody who's not interested in seeing, us move forward as a species, and they'd rather be focused on their inner cliques or circle. I feel like we're not going to be interested in them as much. Like the focus, like for instance, politics. I feel like politics and celebrities and all of the things that they have and the things that they show us and the things that make people, especially our younger people, want to run out and have that and look like that and be that or whatever. I've heard no one's watching, like no one cares, no one's watching kind of thing. I think we're moving away from envying this lavish luxe lifestyle. I think I just sort of like the curtain has fallen, the curtain is falling, Olympus has fallen, something like that. I'm not really sure. I feel just more like this is more of like, hey, we're not keeping up with anybody. I did get in messages about more business marriages and business in terms of, not saying that there are people that don't care about each other, like each other, but it's more being more practical minded in terms of when you get married and not just, oh, I'm so in love, I just can't live without this person, how do I breathe? No, it's going to be more practical. Like we have to come together and have a business mindset. It reminds me of the old ways without the force, the big age gap and all of the creepy stuff. But more of how people married, arranged marriages. I don't know if it's arranged marriages or arranging marriage. I think it's more arranging marriage with practicality in mind for the betterment of families and communities. Got like something about the simple life, people living more simply, eating more simply. I actually got a message to downgrade my car. Downgrade my car, downgrade my house, downgrade my life. I actually did get that, and I am definitely moving toward that. And I say downgrade my life in terms of, I don't need as much space. I don't need as big of a car. I don't need more. And I'm a person that likes a lot of space, but I have to tell you, I've been really comfortable in smaller spaces recently. So I don't know. Preventative medicine, we're going to be looking toward food as preventative medicine even more. Oh, I have to tell you, this is another reason why I decided to record this message. I did talk to, a close friend about it, and she was very supportive and actually encouraged me to go for it. I didn't want to hear people, oh, you're crazy, you're nuts, that's ridiculous. Why would you, put something out there like that? Or, now you're claiming to be a prophet. No, that's why this is called a nonprofit. I'm not a prophet. I get intuitive messages. Some may call them psychic. That's what this is about. As far as the elites, the aristocracy, the royalty, the extreme wealth, we're not going to be really watching anymore. We're not going to be as invested in political outcomes in terms of parties and all that. I feel, I'm not suggesting any kind of weird government thing. I just feel like, you know, coming to blows over your candidate or getting really aggressive regarding the candidate that you support. I think there's just going to be movement away from that. I got that song, Good Energy. I don't want a negative around me. Nah, nah, nah. High frequency. I think people are going to be focused more on that their energy, the energy they carry, and the energy that people around them carry, in terms of being the mantra for 2025, and more emphasis on small victories leading to larger, like people with, what does it say? There's a saying about losing the battle to win the war. So maybe just we're going to be focusing more on steps, taking more steps instead of just these broad sweeping things. It's going to be, hey, this step can lead to this step, and this step can lead to this step. And so I think that's where we're going to be headed toward. Also, I want you guys to be aware of repeating numbers. I think that we're going to be getting a lot more messages from the ethers, wherever it's coming from, things that are going to be giving you guidance and kind of insight. So if you start seeing certain same numbers at the pump when you're filling up your gas or whatever it is, write it down, your receipts, or, you know, you just happen to look at the clock and, you know, you're seeing repeating numbers on the clock. It would be a good idea for you to